A new year has arrived, and as diligent accountants, aka organized nerds, we're already looking ahead to make sure you're prepared for the important tax deadlines in 2025. To keep things straightforward, we've compiled a list of the most common tax deadlines Canadians will encounter this year. Here are your personal tax deadlines for 2025. If you or your spouse earned business income in 2024, your tax return is due June 16th, 2025. Usually the deadline for self-employed individuals is June 15th, but since it falls on a Sunday in 2025, the CRA gives you one extra day. However, it's important to note that any taxes owing are still due by April 30th, 2025, even though the actual due date to file your return is a bit later. For Canadians without self-employed income, your tax return and taxes owing are due on April 30th, 2025. This is the most common filing scenario for individuals. Tax installments are regular payments you make throughout the year to cover your taxes if not enough is taken from your income. They're often needed for people who are self-employed, earn rental or investment income, or have other untaxed income throughout the year. If individuals are required to make installment payments throughout the year, they are due quarterly on March 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and December 15th. Missing these dates can lead to interest charges, so mark your calendars or set some reminders. Registered Retirement Savings Plans, or RRSPs, are a great way to invest for retirement and reduce your taxes in the current year. You can contribute to your RRSP at any time during the year, but the timing decides which year you get the tax deduction. If you want your RRSP contribution to reduce your 2024 taxes, you have until March 3rd, 2025 to make the contribution. Sometimes it can take a few days to get organized and make this contribution, so I recommend planning ahead and contributing well before the deadline. Corporate tax deadlines differ because businesses can have different fiscal year ends that don't align with the calendar year. And there are two major deadlines to keep in mind: your corporate tax return filing deadline and the deadline to pay any taxes owing. Corporate tax returns must be filed 6 months after the fiscal year end. For example, a business with a December 31, 2024 year end must file by June 30th, 2025. A business with a March 31, 2025 year end must file by September 30th, 2025. If you have a tax balance owing, it is technically due to be paid 2 months after the fiscal year end. However, Canadian-controlled private corporations that qualify for the small business deduction get an extra month to pay this, making their taxes due 3 months after the fiscal year end. Most incorporated small businesses in Canada will fall under this 3-month deadline, but because it's a little tricky to determine, we recommend checking with your accountant to make sure.
Our accountant, the accountant.
If your business pays significant amounts to individuals or subcontractors, you may have to file T4A slips or T5018 slips. T4A slips are for payments to individuals such as self-employed workers, and T5018 slips are for payments to subcontractors in the construction industry. Both types of information slips are due to be filed with the CRA and delivered to recipients by February 28th, 2025. If your business collects GST or HST, your deadlines to file and pay depend on your filing frequency. For monthly GST and HST filers, returns and amounts owing are due 1 month after the reporting period ends. For example, a January 2025 filing period is due by February 28th, 2025. For quarterly GST and HST filers, returns and amounts due are also due 1 month after the reporting period ends. For example, a January to March 2025 quarterly reporting period is due by April 30th, 2025. For annual GST and HST filers, such as incorporated businesses, returns and amounts owing are due 3 months after the reporting period ends. For example, a July 1, 2024 to June 30, 2025 annual filing period is due by September 30th, 2025. For individuals, aka self-employed people, filing annually, GST and HST amounts owing are due April 30th, 2025. However, the actual GST and HST return is not due to be filed until June 16th, 2025. Again, this is an extended deadline because June 15th falls on a Sunday. All right, so that's it. Those are your tax deadlines for Canada in 2025 as fast as I can possibly tell you. I hope you found exactly the information that you were needing to avoid any late filing penalties. And if you found this content useful, please consider subscribing. We love helping people sort through the often confusing world of tax and accounting here in Canada. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.